Tonight on the podcast, we have...
They say so much, but they never tell you if it's any good. Are either one of these any good? Sir?
What?
Are either one of these any good?
I don't watch movies.
Well, have you heard anything about either one of them?
I find it's best to stay out of other people's affairs.
You mean you haven't heard anybody say anything about either one of these?
Nope.
Well, what about these two?
Oh, they suck.
These are the same two movies? You weren't paying any attention.
No, I wasn't.
I don't think your manager would appreciate
I don't
it
appreciate your ruse, ma'am.
I beg your pardon?
Your ruse, your cunning attempt to trick me.
I was only pointing out that you weren't paying any attention to what I was saying.
And I hope it feels good.
You hope what feels good?
I hope it feels so good to be right. There's nothing more exhilarating than pointing out the shortcomings of others, is there?
Well, this is the last time I rent here.
You'll be missed.
Screw you!
Hey, you're not allowed to rent here anymore.
Yeah!
Screw me?
That clip was entirely relevant. Find out why, and so much more on the official Team D.B.A.H podcast number 211. Come join us, why don't you? Hello, and welcome to the official Team D.B.A.H podcast number 211. I'm your host tonight, Craig, otherwise known as Sin76, and with us randomly, there's Randall.
Yay, I'm random. Random.
There he is. I like that. You're going to have to use it in the sentence.
Yeah.
And James, Mr. Nerf, how are you?
I can't breathe out of my right nostril.
Perfect. And, yeah, it's just us. Everyone, had stuff to do, as I make air quotes that no one can see.
All by ourselves.
Yeah. So prepare for some kids in the background and some crotchety old guys complaining about things.
And stuff.
Old man yells at Sky.
Puh. Sky, puh.
Speaking of things in the sky, I've been playing Destiny more, and I have to say,
What?
me personally, I am enjoying the Crucible. Even though the last few games I've played, people leave, and for some reason,
Bastards.
I don't know why. For some reason, although like with other first-person shooters, multiplayer, the game finds other people to join. This, not so much.
Not Destiny.
No.
Nope.
No. Don't know why that's not like that. Not
Really
sure.
stupid. Especially
Yeah.
when
You
you're playing
used to
like
be
Trials.
able to do that.
Did it?
Yeah, in Destiny 1, if you had people drop out, it would bring people back in.
See, that's probably why I never noticed.
I think that's also why they had so many stability issues. Because I
Could
think
be.
when they lock in the 4v4 or whatever it is, they can put it on one server and not have to touch it again. But when you have multiple people joining, you have to connect them through different servers. I think.
Yeah,
That's my theory.
that's a good theory. I understand it, though. It's annoying because at 4-on-4, and then someone leaves and it stays 3-on-4. It's not easy. Not easy.
No, but I've had a couple of those Crucible matches where that poor lone guy who was with us, and it's like me, Dave, and George, or me, Dave, and Chelsea, or me, George, and Chelsea. And that one guy's like, oh, good, they're a fire team. We'll do good. And at the end of the round, he's most probably like, God, these people suck.
What did I do to deserve this bungo?
No. But I was mentioning before we started, I got a fancy new golden gun. I got a pulse rifle.
Ooh.
I got the Vigilance Wing.
How are you enjoying that bad boy? Isn't that
That's pretty.
Energy weapon or?
I
think it's kinetic.
Kinetic, yep. Looks cool. It's a 5-round burst. So that's pretty neat. And the other thing it does is when a nearby ally is killed, gain health generation and increase movement speed. So people
teammate,
die
give me
around
that.
me, I get better.
Yeah, I think that was kind of like based on an old, I guess you can say quote unquote old, Trials of Osiris design, since it's all Egyptian themed and stuff too.
Yeah, it was cool. You can't mod it or change it at all. But
No, you can't really do too many mods on the the exotics, other than like if they happen to have an alternate skin.
yeah. Speaking of alternate skin, because I haven't noticed, because me personally, as I've had these discussions with Heather, I don't like the Xbox system, dashboard, whatever the hell you want to call it, compared to the PlayStation.
Uh-huh.
But apparently there was an update for the Xbox, and even Heather did not like it.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet because thankfully I'm not in the Insiders program, but yeah, so far everyone said, yeah, it's not cool. I happen to see some of it on George's footage from one of our previous Team Dad Jokes recordings. I haven't even touched it yet, and I'm not even a fan of it.
What's is it just really bad design? Just more boxes?
It's kind of like there's like 3 different pages. The very first page has got like your home page, your last played game. Like it'll show any friends that are playing that last game that you played. It'll show like friends that are in parties and looking for parties. And then if you scroll down to the next page, it shows like Xbox Store or some advertisement or some shit. And then you scroll down to the next page, is your pins. And then the actual, when you hit the middle button for the dashboard, it pops up like a blade on the side. And then from there, there's like 6 or 7 different menus to get to like settings and party and messages and stuff like that. You go left and right. It's pretty stupid.
Yeah, it's like we asked for the blades like 7 years. We asked for the blades back 7 years ago, not now.
Yeah.
Oh, Microsoft. They really never were, big on design. Ish user interfaces.
It works, I mean, kind of, so let's just put it out there.
kind of sort of maybe works, maybe sort of. I guess people will use it, they won't have a choice.
Yeah. Well, really
it's like Windows, no one has a choice really.
No. So Randall, your Xbox died? Did you fix it?
Yeah, it did. My actual power supply died. So
Ew.
I think
How'd you get that fixed?
Hold on a second.
Oh.
Anyways, I think what had happened was during, what was it, a couple days ago, my AC went out. Well, it didn't go out, but it wasn't blowing super cold. So we had an AC guy come to fix it, and the lines were frozen or whatever, but I think in the middle of him fixing it, he might have flipped the breaker a couple times, and I have a UPS that, it's a backup battery, and the Xbox is plugged into there. So that protected the surge, but then that also sent a surge to the power protector, which also has a surge protector, and that apparently failed, so the whole power supply died. So whenever I push the power button to it, it go, or when you push the little CD eject, it like make the sound, but nothing would happen.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, no good can come of that.
Did you have your surge protectors registered so they pay you?
I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I figured, why would I need to? It's a big ass battery attached to the wall. So, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, I guess another surge.
Oops.
You just got surged.
But yeah, the last couple of days, every time the AC kicks in, the battery backup kicks on, and you could hear it clicking and like turning the battery on. I'm like, why? It's like click, click, wah. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's exciting. So I bought a new one, and it works now. So.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
I was going to be upset because Destiny, they had Xur that weekend, and he was selling the Volley rocket launcher. And I was like, if I don't get this Volley, I'm going to be pissed.
Did you get it?
The Dubious Volley.
Yeah. I got it. So.
Nice. Oh, good.
Crisis avoided.
Randall, what do you think of the Dubious Volley or the Wardcliffe Coil or whatever the hell it's called now?
Aiming down sights is ridiculous, so don't do it. Just fire from the hip.
Yeah.
So to shoot at the ground is what you're saying.
Yeah. But like it
like Quake.
jerks straight up in the air. It's hard to control even if you try to time it right. You'll either pull your aimer right into the ground and kill yourself, or you'll like pull it down 2 shots from the end, so it won't really make a difference. But if you could figure that out, more power to you. But I don't know how big of a damage difference maker it is. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of those things, like, I think it was a matter of, because it was originally a Destiny 1 weapon that got held off till Destiny 2, everyone's figuring, oh, it's got to be the
new Gallahorn.
Yeah, the new Gallahorn and all, but I picked it up. Honestly, I'm not terribly impressed with it.
Yeah, it's like, I wouldn't replace my Nita or the Cold Heart with that, so...
Yeah.
And, so... spoiler alert for people listening, especially the dogs that people leave this podcast on for during the day. So I finished the story line. Have we all finished it?
Yes.
Right. So
I have finally finished.
What did we think of it?
Snipe killed Dumbledore. Oh, not that one. Okay, not that one. Sorry.
Damn it.
The question was 9 times 6.
I don't know. It was, to me, like I said, one of those, hey, we know what the storyline is, but we're just cutting it short so we can sell you DLC. That's what I felt.
Yeah.
But then again, I didn't actually listen to a lot of the dialogue because I was in a party of like 5 while I was playing it on opening day, so everybody was talking constantly.
Well, I mean, you could just go and watch the cutscenes on YouTube, I guess.
That's very true.
Yeah. Or you can just do it on a secondary character.
Yeah, I'm marking on that.
You know, the little alien dude from Halo grew up, took some steroids, got mad.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right. Those things do look like grunts.
They do, don't they?
Yeah, the entire time Charlie's cousin Tony was saying like, "Oh, this is like this part from Halo. Oh, and this is like this part from Halo. Oh, look at these little grunt dudes from Halo." I was like, "Yeah, you're right."
Yeah, and then, hey, look, the logo for Destiny is Master Chief's crotch.
There's one level that was like exactly like the library. I don't remember which level it was.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, except for like monitors coming out everywhere and trying to kill you.
Oh, there's that, yeah. And I still think the Fallen look like characters from Marathon.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah, they do. Those fucking the Vandals with the staffs.
With the forearms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sons of bitches.
And
let's just reuse assets and make them HD.
That's right. No, I would play Marathon in HD.
Oh, hell yeah.
I would buy that. I would pre-order that.
It's the pre-order bonus for Destiny 3.
Yep.
Get Marathon.
That's right. The Randall. Yeah,
no, I say words how I want to say words.
Well, actually, since we were talking about the throwbacks to Destiny 1 and the game and all, there's actually an Easter egg in the EDZ. They brought back Randall the Vandal.
Yeah, they did, that son of a bitch.
Oh!
I tried to kill him for like 20 minutes. I'm like, this has got to be Randall.
Where is he? Is it random?
He's in...
I get it. See what I did there?
Randall the Vandal. He's in the EDZ all the way back by the Cabal ship, kind of like where you start the endgame stuff. Mm-hmm. He's on a little island towards the edge of the map, and you'll know it's him because just like in the Cosmodrome, it's just a lone Vandal and one shank.
And even if you kill him, he respawns like 5 minutes afterwards.
Oh yeah. Well,
okay. Does he drop anything?
Nope, just ammo.
Okay.
It was just an Easter egg they figured they'd throw in there, you know, oh, everyone loved Randall the Vandal from the first game. It's like, we really didn't, but it was just a fun thing to, like, kind of, like, send kindergartens to go deal with.
So right. I'm taking notes about stuff we're talking about, and this just auto-corrected to Randall the Randal.
Yeah, buddy.
Randall is so Randall, they named him twice.
Yep. And on the topic of Halo, I don't know if anyone saw what I put on Twitter. Did anyone see the Pacific Rim movie poster?
No.
I don't believe so.
Nope. Well, I'll take a second and just Google the Pacific Rim 2 poster. So I want you to have the visual effect Of,
I'm doing that right now.
Yep.
Let's get to the Googles.
The internet knows everything.
You said the poster, right?
Yep. And the answer is...
Are you talking about the one with the big hole in the middle of it?
No. The one with, what's his name? He's standing in a uniform, holding a helmet, and there's a giant figure behind him.
Oh, okay, yeah, I found that one.
There you go. Yep. So it's Halo 5? Is that what they're going for?
Yes.
I was like, wow, this looks just like Halo, and as Luke mentioned, it's Master Chief and Locke. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, it really is.
Charlie really likes that movie. I haven't watched it yet. Well, he really likes the first one. He enjoyed it.
Honestly, I really enjoyed the first one too. I'm fully convinced that's the closest we're ever going to get to a live-action Evangelion movie. So I'm taking it for what it is.
All right.
Wait, an Evangelion movie? What did I miss?
Look up the picture of the Pacific Rim 2 movie poster, so you can have the effect that James just had.
Oh wow!
See that? It's Master Chief. Luke said it's Master Chief and Locke. I'm like, yep. Yeah, that one. Yep. Don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'll still probably watch both movies, but I'm not sure. Are we getting a Halo movie? I don't know.
I don't know. Neil Blomkamp has been pushing for one since 2009.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where like the I don't know, idea of a Halo movie is so big that I think people are worried that it wouldn't be good. Because expectations would be so high.
Would be so high, yeah.
Like the Warcraft movie. I enjoyed it, but I knew about Warcraft and the lore of Warcraft and what was going on. So
yeah, when I saw the Warcraft, yeah. I was going to say, when Warcraft was being announced and all, I thought they were going to do World of Warcraft, not take it all the way to pre-game. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, this is going to be great for, a lot of the hardcore players, but I even thought, it's not going to do as well as they're thinking it's going to if this is the time frame they're putting it in.
It did really well in China. But,
I think they were just trying to ride off the stream of esports. Esports is popular, so this movie will be popular.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're hoping to do a sequel, because, I mean, they clearly left it wide open, and there's so much Warcraft stuff, you could do a sequel.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're actually going to do it now. Maybe, you never know. Netflix or or Amazon could do it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I enjoyed it. But, yeah, I think if they did a Halo movie, it would be the same kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the question of where would you put it? Would you do the first game? Would you do Reach? Would you do John 117 becoming a Spartan and then taking it to prior to the events of Reach, that kind of thing. So
I don't know. I think you would just have to start at the first game. And just kind of go from there.
Or his origin, before he got mind controlled and all that shit.
True.
Yeah,
because they love origin stories.
That is
Spider-Man's
very
had
true.
14 of them.
At least 14. I mean, I guess at that point they might as well just have Marvel do it because
Yeah.
There's a Marvel origin movie every other month. Well, it seems that way anyway. Or they change it.
Yeah, but you also got to look at I guess you could say, the track record of video game movies, which isn't very stellar. Because even
no, it's not.
Because even the ones that are considered good are still a far cry from what the game is. Honestly, I still say one of the best video game movies that there is the original Mortal Kombat movie. And even that is still a far
That
throw
was
from
a
what the
good
game was.
movie.
Yeah, but it was also PG-13, so it was a far cry from what Mortal Kombat actually is.
Yep.
So,
Have you seen the Screen Junkies for Mortal Kombat? What's it called?
No.
Honest Film Trailers. It's pretty great.
no.
No.
I'll have to take a look at that one now.
What happened in that one?
They go through like the follies of making it pretty much like PG-13, and then like how they misrepresented things and all that stuff. It's without giving it away. It's pretty fun.
It was worth watching.
Yeah,
It was enjoyable.
There's one great part where they point out how many times they say Mortal Kombat throughout like the two movies.
That movie had an awesome soundtrack.
It did.
And they touch on that point as well.
I was working in the movie theater when that came out.
Right.
That was yep. That was well, A, it was a long time ago, but B, it was a fun movie to clean to because the soundtrack was good.
Right.
There were some movies that were insanely boring to clean to. I also learned that that was my job where I learned people will complain about anything. One time,
you said?
anything and everything. Like, we had, so like, the trailers, the sounds for trailers are louder than the movie.
Right.
Right. So we had people complain that the trailers are too loud. But, so that was kind of a normal thing. But then one day, this lady came out, and the movie was playing. And it wasn't like an action movie, it was just like a drama or a comedy or something. And she said, I can't hear the people in the movie talking because there's other people talking and I can't hear them. Now we're thinking, well, maybe it's people that are sitting around her. Like, if this is in the middle of the day on a weekend, on like a weekday, there's really no one there. So we go in there and there's 5 people in the movie theater, right? And she is not sitting near anyone. So we leave and go back out into the hallway. And then a couple minutes later, she comes back out. She's like, I still can't hear. Those people are talking. We're like, there's no one near you. She's like, no, the people in the movie are talking too loud. I'm like, okay. So she wanted us to turn down the background talking so she could hear the people, the actors, the main actors talking. I'm like, okay.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Another time, this was towards the end of the run of Braveheart. Braveheart, good movie, very long.
Very long.
3 hours something. So these people, maybe like 20, 30 people are watching it. They watch the whole thing, right? The credits come on. And the credits for this 3-hour movie are also very long. And they play like half of the soundtrack during the credits. The credits are going. And then the projector upstairs stops. So the credits stop. So this guy comes out. He's like, why did you stop playing the credits? I'm like, well, I'm down here, so I didn't stop it. But I'll let them know. You can just go back in there. And they go back in there. They come out like a couple minutes later like, oh, this is horrible. We want our money back.
Because they stopped the credits early.
Yeah, and they credits while this dude was complaining and people were walking out. Because I think he had everyone get up. I don't know how he did that, but everyone started walking out. I'm like, well, the credits are back on. Like, no, it's ruined. We're not going back in there now.
No, it's ruined.
Everyone in the movie theater got their money back.
Wow.
Yep.
That was a manager who just did not give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. There was another time this woman got mad at a manager, and she, those sizes for popcorn in movies, they're kind of obscene.
Yeah.
Even back then, it wasn't cheap. This woman had a extra large bag of popcorn that she paid for. She got mad at the manager about some stupid crap. She then took the popcorn and dumped it all over the floor.
Wow.
Like in the lobby. I'm like, wow, really?
And then wanted a refill.
Really? Then there was the people that would come in and the movie times would be behind the cashier. And there in the middle, it had the prices, so it said admission.
Right.
And admission at the time was $7.50 for an adult. and people would come in and go, "What's the movie admission about?"
It's
And they would
about
be
paying me
serious.
money and leaving.
Or I'll take 2 for the $7.50 admission. No.
There's not a semicolon behind the 7. It's not a time.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Joy's.
Is that a semicolon? That's not what it is. What is that?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, you know, the 2 dots. That thing.
That thing.
Colon, full colon.
There you go.
Colonoscopy.
Well, that's
Oh, no,
something
wait,
else. I think that's not $7.50 though. Not
Seven,
sure. I mean, unless you're in South America, then maybe.
There you
$7.50 and a hot dog.
Oh wow. Though we did get free popcorn and free sodas and free movie passes, so it was okay. Okay. Also,
Yeah.
learned people are slobs.
Yeah.
And the amount of liquor bottles you'd find,
Right.
and cans, and I swear to God, one time we found a box. You know, if you buy a case of wine, everything's like separated in the box.
Yeah.
We found a case like that.
Oh, wow.
One time there was a jug of wine, like a gallon glass jug. Like, Jesus.
Wow. You
Yep.
apparently worked in a very, very sketchy theater.
My fiance
it's
still
been-
works in the theater. Speaking on complaints, she got a complaint one time. They have these visual aids for people that or both visual and hearing aid devices. Yep. And one of the visual aid things, it's kind of like a phone where it's bright. You can read the words on the little tablet thing. Someone went and complained to the management that somebody was being rude on their phone the entire time. So Alyssa went to go check, and she's like, "Oh, that person, they have a assistant device to help them, follow along the movie." And they're like, "Well, it's distracting, and I want my money back." Like, almost all the way through the movie. And then she's like, "Well, we can certainly deal with that. Did you want to, leave now?" Or, So, no, I want to finish the movie first, and then I want my money back. I was like, really?
Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Well,
One time we were changing the sign outside, and there's 2 signs on the building. One had a catwalk. The other one you had to use well, you still do. You have to use an extension ladder because it's in the front of the building. And one of my friends, when he worked there, he he took his tie off and his jacket because it was hot out, and he left it on a bush, right near the ladder. And this guy walking down the street saw it and just put it on and left.
wow.
Oh man, good times. Good times.
Well, I never worked in a movie theater, but I did work at a video store for a year or so, and that you meet some interesting people with.
So, did you have one of those sections with the wooden
beads,
saloon doors?
No, it was actually out right in the dead center of everything.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah, but we had one night, some guy decided to just help himself to a couple of those movies, and as he was walking out, he set the alarm off, and I said, and I guess you can kind of say I was manager on hand at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried walking out, and I go, "I'm sorry, sir. Can you please walk back in? The sensor went off. I just want to make sure it just wasn't like a little hiccup or something because we had some returns that were right next to it." So he walked back through, and it came through again. I go, "Okay, sir, can you please empty your pockets?" And he pulled out a couple of tapes and all that stuff, and I go, "Sir, you can't just, you're stealing these tapes." And he goes, No, I bought those at Blockbuster down the street. Mind you, Blockbuster does not and has never sold those movies. So I look at him and go, Blockbuster doesn't sell these. Do you have a receipt? And he goes, "Oh, they didn't give me a receipt. I paid cash." I'm like, "Sir, you always get a receipt for any kind of sale you make at a retail building." And he goes, "I didn't want them anyway," and just stormed out of there. I'm like, "God damn it, why do I have to deal with this shit?" Because I had already told Dawn, who I was working with that night, I had told her, "Call the cops, this guy's shoplifting." And she's like, she got all panicked. She's like, what? I'm like, he's shoplifting. Call the cops. And so he's like, no, I bought those legitimately. And that's when we went into the whole thing, and then he stormed out of there. So then I had to explain to the cops, I'm like, yeah, this guy was trying to boost some porns. And he was like, have you seen? Then they're like, did you ever see him before? I'm like, no. Do you think he's going to come back? I don't know. He was like, all right, if he does, just call us. I'm like, all right. Then I was returning some movies, putting the returns back on the the new release shelf, and there's a very, very lovely woman who was looking for stuff and all, and she kind of just grabbed me and she go, boy, come here, I need you to help me find some movie. I need something good to watch tonight. And I'm like, okay. So started going through some stuff. I'm like, well, what are you looking for? I'm looking for something funny but got some action in it. And she's like, she was like all over the board. I'm like, okay, so you're basically looking for anything. So I'm going through movies and all, and she's like, and she's also quite loud. So she's like, nah, I've seen that already. Nah, I've seen that one too. That one wasn't no good. And then I put in another one. She goes, that's a big moose cock. As loud as she possibly could. I looked at her and go, dude! Like, what the hell? And then there was the couple who didn't know how the video store worked. They thought it was like a library.
What?
It was it was a wonderful old couple who wanted to watch Titanic. And their grandkids were nice, and they bought them the VCR for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to see the Titanic movie everyone was talking about. So I pointed to them where it was, and they're like, "Oh, thank you so much." So the husband goes to go get it, and then the woman's still standing at the counter, and she goes, "Can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Uh-huh. How do you work a VCR?" Like, well, you put the tape in, and then it plays the movie. Well, we know that part, but it doesn't play. I'm like, well, there's a TV and VCR button on there. If you press that, it switches back and forth between TV and VCR. So if you put a tape in and it's not playing, it may be that button. Oh, okay. And then the guy comes back up, and he has the front cover of the movie, which is like kind of the display box. So he brings me up the display box. I'm like, no, sir, I need the movie behind it. And he's like, oh. So he goes back over, gets that, and then comes up to my window and he goes, now, this is like a library, right? Like, we just sign up for some kind of a card. I'm like, well, yes, you sign up for a membership and all. And like, and we pay you when we bring the movie back, right? And I go, no, you have to pay to rent the movie.
That's not how this works.
Yeah, those are fun times. But I got to stay at the round all afternoon on Saturday and Sunday and just watch movies that my boss would let me get away with putting on the overhead TVs.
No, well, that's good.
Yeah, and the occasional free soda.
Though I gotta say, working in retail, me personally, I feel after years I've spent working in retail, randomly, I feel everyone should be required to work one full, complete year in retail. Whether that be part-time or full-time, I don't care. But definitely, I think it should be mandatory for everyone once you hit the age of, I don't know, whatever, legal age, 18, 17. Yeah.
Just so they understand the pain.
Just so you understand, and you think to yourself, like, have I ever been like this in a store? Ever. Because, damn. Although I have to admit, people do get creative, like, trying to shoplift. I've seen people, like, they'll pretend they're on their cell phone, and they'll knock over a shelf of stuff by accident. Here's those invisible air quotes you can't see. And start picking them up and, like, shove them in their shirt. Like, literally just lift their shirt up and start stuffing it underneath. Yeah.
That's not even, like, trying to be clever. That's just sad.
Yeah. Other people just kind of just take stuff and because there's alarms on things, so people just take stuff and run away. But I don't know. It's just you meet some interesting people in retail.
Yeah, that you do.
Very interesting. Have you ever worked in retail, Randall?
Nope.
He's just hearing these horror stories.
Now
and
he's
like
never going.
counting his blessings. Like, thank God I never had to do that.
Yeah,
Let's see.
the closest I worked, I guess, would be Jiffy Lube, where we had to sell air filters at one point in time.
Oh, you were that guy that came out with the air filter that really wasn't in my car. It was just a dirty one.
I pulled it
You're
from the car because I'm an honest person. But usually I'd be like, look, this doesn't look like it needs to be replaced. I have to ask you anyways, so just tell me no and I'll go put it back in. You're like, no. Cool. I'm not trying to waste my time trying to convince you to buy something you don't need.
Yeah.
That's honestly the reason I left banking. I couldn't deal with that kind of bullshit anymore.
Yep.
Because it turned into you help the customer out with what you need to do, and then it turned into, if the customer only has this account, get them to sign up for this account, and if they don't have both of those, then you got to do this, and if they have those three, then you got to do this, and it's like, I can't do that.
It's like the GameStop credit card.
Yeah.
Right.
I keep telling the machine not to tell me I'm pre-approved, but it keeps telling me. At least they stopped asking. Now the thing pops up when you go to pay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yep. But I actually saw something that's interesting so when you listen to this podcast tomorrow, which will be today when you're listening to it, that's kind of weird. There is going to be an announcement for a certain game at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. A certain game could be possibly in the Old West. With horses and cowboys and revolvers.
Dead red things?
Oh, yes. They released a little teaser today. They're going to show something tomorrow at 11 a.m. So.
Good.
It's nice to know that it's not dead anymore.
I know, right? I'm okay.
It's just Red Dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with games taking longer and being done.
Yeah.
Though I have to say that the more people I talk to about Mass Effect, now that Mass Effect you can get it for like $10, they definitely have told me more than once that it is worth playing, even with the weird faces. But for the story, because I think Charlie mentioned this too last time I was on. The story was good. It's just there's still some technical glitches, and EA and BioWare have killed any updates, any DLC they had planned. They just threw it in the fire.
They've pretty much killed the franchise for now.
Yeah, that was a game that if it would have helped waiting 8 months to release it, then should have just waited.
I was gonna say, didn't it already have one delay or two delays on it already?
No, they actually upped their release date.
Oh, they upped it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, and that's where things tend to fall apart.
Yeah, that was kind of a mistake then at that point.
So, going along in that thread of thought, a game is coming out, maybe it's out already, or very soon, for the Xbox and PC. This game was announced 4 years ago, maybe? Or E3s ago. Cuphead.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yep. Where you're playing in the old-timey cartoon. Yeah, so that is set to come out the 29th, so very soon.
I remember Meg Turney was like all excited about Cuphead when she was still through her teeth covering the nose stuff.
Yep. I mean, it looks like just like old cartoons back then. It looks very drug-induced.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Seriously, have you ever watched cartoons from like the 20s or 30s? They're like really fucked up.
Yeah, they really are.
Like all the characters look like they're on drugs, and like some weird stuff happens, and no one talks. It's really weird.
They also move really weird too. Like their bodies are made of like jello.
Yeah.
They bounce around everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So I expect this game to be damn good.
You may have to drop some LSD before playing it, but it's going to be damn good.
I don't know. It's all everyone's saying that LSD is good for you now. I don't know. So, they said it opens up the creative mind. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it also teaches you how to speak to dolphins.
Oh, dolphins, eh? Wait a minute. You don't have. You're in a landlocked state. How do you have dolphins?
I'm not in a landlocked state. I have the Jersey Shore. You're in a landlocked state.
No, I'm not in a landlocked state. I have a whole sound.
That's a glorified lake. I have the friggin' Atlantic on one side of me.
It's part of the Atlantic. The Atlantic just goes around New York. Randall, however, has no water.
Yes,
None.
that's true. Randall is truly landlocked.
Yeah. Wait, what?
What's it? Is there any large body of waters near you?
Lake something is up north, like 20, something like 30 miles.
Close enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe 50, but not more than that.
All right. See, there is water there.
Stupid clicky gun.
Stupid clicky gun. You should fill it with water.
I know, right? Alyssa she decorated one of their offices at work with pirate stuff. So she bought a gun from like the dollar store where when you pull the trigger, it goes click, 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 click. It's so fun.
I bet. Hey, Randall, I don't know if they have them out by you or not, but if you happen to wander by a restaurant called Cracker Barrel, it's like kind of like an old-timey, like,
Yeah.
comfort food store, but it also has like a general store where they have a bunch of like random country-ish shit to buy.
Right.
They tend to have a toy section.
Yeah.
And in that toy section is actually a old Busby gun, which is like an off Nerf brand,
Uh-huh.
and it's a pirate pistol.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And I have to say, it actually is kind of fun to play around with.
Alright. Not just annoying.
Nah.
Like, it doesn't even make sense, because it's like a flintlock pistol, so it wouldn't even click that many times.
No, exactly. Like, flintlocks are one shot. How is it firing like 10 times?
Details. It's a flintlock from the future.
That's not how this works. That should be the title of this episode. That's not how this works.
All right, that's done.
It seems to be the running theme.
Flintlock from the future.
Flintlock wood.
Flintlock.
Clyde with a chance of meatballs.
Never. Oh,
There it goes again.
that sounded like it was going to be an expletive. You heard, what the?
Yeah, he knows how to stop himself now.
I like that now.
Now.
Oh my goodness. These children. So much fun. Bundle of joy. Salt of the earth.
Excuse me, Randall. Do you know what your children said today?
I can't wait to have that conversation. I'm sure it's going to happen.
Oh, I've had that a few times.
Like, are you
already.
fucking kidding me? They fucking said that?
They fucking said, what?
Like, what
Sons
the
of
fuck?
bitches. I'm going to whoop their ass tomorrow. Not tonight, though. We got ice cream tonight.
You have been fined 1 credit.
So much for the seashells.
Damn it, we never knew what those are for. Well, we know what they're for. We don't know how they're used.
Yeah.
You use all three? Do you use one? You have to use it in order?
I actually went on IMDb and I looked up, and in the FAQs for Demolition Man is, how do the 3 seashells work?
Somebody please just tell us.
Apparently use 2 to spread, 1 to scoop.
Well, I was thinking like scoop, and then the other one like scoops the scoop out of the scoop, and then the other one like scrapes the scrape off of that. I don't know. And then you still gotta wash them all.
Yeah.
Why not just fucking use your hand with toilet paper?
Ew, you use wads of tissue?
Timing.
Yeah. Speaking of timing.
Yeah.
Last week, trying to record Team Dad jokes. Oh my god, that was a episode of a Let's Fail if I've ever filmed
really?
one.
What happened?
Okay, so I'm doing something a little different for Season 4. I'm kind of making it a little bit more cinematic, so to speak. I don't want to give too much away. But we were going to be doing an episode, and it was me, Dave, and Chelsea. Well, we know how Dave's internet is to begin with.
Right.
Chelsea's ain't much better. So, we're getting ready to start. We land on the farm. We're getting ready to go. We start. Chelsea's party chat all of a sudden decides to drop me, and she can't hear anything I'm saying.
Okay.
We then try and figure out what the hell is going on, because she can hear Dave perfectly fine, and I can hear her, but she can't hear me. So it's very hard to have a conversation like this now. So we're like, okay, fine. Let's go to Orbit. Maybe it was too many people on the farm or something. So we go to Orbit. Okay. Chelsea still can't hear me. Mm-hmm. She quits the party, comes back into it, hears me for a split second, and then can't hear either of us. Hard resets her Xbox, and lo and behold, this goes on for about 35 minutes, to the point of where Chelsea's internet connection and Dave's internet connections get so bad that no one can use party chat.
Oh, good.
So I'm sitting there going, oh God, what the hell? I'm like, God damn it, all I wanted to do was record tonight. All of a sudden I get a phone call from Dave, and I'm like, hey Dave, what's up? And he goes, yeah, my NAT connection is so bad right now, it's actually, my Xbox is actually blocking party chat because it's so bad.
What?
I'm going to get Chelsea in on this. And so he conferenced in Chelsea to the phone call. So we then, but this was the thing, it was only the party chat. We were able to play Destiny fine. We had no problems with that. So there we are. We're playing Destiny now for an hour on our cell phones doing party chat.
Wow.
Nice.
So you guys just did you use Discord or anything, or you just call each other?
No, Dave called me, and then he just conferenced in Chelsea. So,
is Dave using his phone as a hotspot for his Xbox? What's?
I have no idea what the hell happened. All I know is we tried it again last night, and thank God it worked.
Xbox Party Chat is just garbage. Anytime I drop my controller or unplug my controller or accidentally move it so that it disconnects a little bit from the headset thing, it leaves me in the party. I can still hear everybody, but no one can hear me. So I have to either resync it or unplug the battery or... Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's stupid.
Really?
Yeah. And it's not my internet, because I've got top-tier internet, so yeah. Microsoft fix shit.
But thankfully we were able to get it recorded, so we're making progress on the season. So it's coming along pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I can. I don't know. Is anyone getting an Xbox XS, Triple X?
I'm thinking about it because this one is pretty old. I thought it was dead because for the last Jackson.
Oh, Jackson's gonna get a whooping.
Anyways, there's been a few items getting in the top of the thing, the little vent. So every now and then you'll hear like shit flying through the fan. And then when I
Tell
play...
Jackson to stop eating Lucky Charms over your Xbox.
I know, right? And then when I play like a really big size game like Destiny or sometimes Overwatch, you hear the fans go like while it's launching, so it can cool it down.
My 360 does that. And
Really?
It worries me. Yeah. Thankfully, my one hasn't, but my 360 does that.
Yeah, so I'm concerned it's going to explode eventually. So I might just do that.
Yeah,
That might be
that's
like an
weird.
after taxes thing.
You know what's weird is Charlie's PS4 does that too. His fans like really go off when he's playing some stuff, and I don't know why.
But he's also
And he has
said
he has a newer one than me.
Huh.
Just
That's
strange.
odd. Yeah. Well, right now my money actually has to go into a new controller because
Me too.
You threw your controller, didn't you?
no, well, technically no. No, I was getting ready to. One night when we were playing, I was getting my controller out, and the way I have my setup is because my game room is technically our formal living room, because we have a very nice armoire in there where the TV is and my Xbox and all that stuff. Yes, but I have the Nyko charging station, which is the one that kind of like suction cups right to the top of the Xbox.
Yep.
So my controllers are right on there, and there's enough clearance to get them in and out, but like it's still like kind of like a little tricky to like kind of like scoop, slide down, and then pull out. That's what she said.
Ah.
But but the other night I was getting it, and it like just kind of slipped out of my hand, and my Agent Lock controller hit the bottom of the armoire where like the TV stands on. I'm like, oh, okay, it seems to be working. And so I met up with Dave, and we were getting ready to. We were just playing around the EDZ with our Titans, and I try and throw a grenade, and I'm like, why can't I throw a grenade? Why is this button not work? Fuck. My left bumper is busted.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you unscrew it and then like pop the faceplate off, it might pop back in, because I dropped mine a bunch of times and my left bumper stopped working.
Right.
I said fuck the warranty, just popped it open.
Right.
And you heard a little click, and then I was like, oh cool. Oh yeah, I drop it like twice a day at least.
At least drops it twice a day.
Yeah. My little rubber came off of my joystick, so I got to get another one too.
Yeah.
No protection.
I may
protection.
wind up doing that, but it also now kind of gives me an excuse because I was kind of throwing around wanting to get one of those custom controllers from the Xbox Lab thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like
What's that
thinking,
about?
basically you can just like kind of like customize your own Xbox One controller with like the color scheme and all that. So.
Oh, you can pick whatever color you want.
Yeah.
Is it from Microsoft, or is this like a third? Oh.
Nope, direct from Microsoft. So yeah, you're not paying like controller. What is it? I think it's like Controller Labs or something.
Yeah.
Like you can get a custom controller for them, but it's like $150 because you're paying for the controller and then for them to like do all the work on it and all that stuff. The ones from Microsoft, I mean, they're not as they don't go in as much detail as like Controller Labs, because they do hydro dipping and all that kind of stuff. Like it's just basically just color variants, but you can mix and match like whatever colors you want. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, so I mean, like you can have a purple shell, a purple front shell, a green back shell, the regular colored ABXY buttons, a orange set of thumbsticks, a blue button and trigger, and then like a red D-pad.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's actually pretty cool. How long does that take to get, or does it actually cost more than just going and get a controller?
It's an extra like $20.
Okay,
But,
so that
I
would
mean,
put it
like-
at what, like 70?
80. Because the new controller goes for about... If you get an actual Xbox controller, a new one is 60.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really think about it, any of like the special edition controllers, like the Lock controller, the Halo controller, the Gears of War ones and all, those are all about $80 anyway. So I mean, you're basically getting your own collector's edition controller if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah. You can't you also put a graphic on it, like with your gamer tag or something?
Yeah, you can get your. You can also get your gamer tag put on it if you want it.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like just truly add to the customization of it.
I think I'm gonna get one of the Elite controllers because I'm an Elite gamer. Why shaky jump ladder sniper shot scope 1-1 XX God.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Overwatch over there.
it won't launch. I had to restart my Xbox. Stupid friggin'
It just
Xbox.
there was an update for it today.
Fuck you. What? Overwatch?
Yeah,
Really?
at least on my PlayStation there was.
Let me launch the Blizzard app.
And the answer
Blizzard
is.
app has an update. I have to restart the Blizzard app.
Yep.
Oh.
You're gonna have to restart everything.
Computer needs an
needs to
update. Podcast of
No!
patch notes.
No.
September 21st. Well, that's PCs. Maybe they pushed it late, or maybe you have. When's the last time you played? Have you played since the 21st?
No.
Yeah, that's when they last patched it. They added Junker Town and Mercy's Res fixes this shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
One of the dumb debuffs they put on Junkrat, his tire, whenever you went up the wall, it would add to the momentum, so you could launch a tire across the map without anybody being able to shoot it because it's going so damn fast. So they got rid of that.
Really?
Obviously, I mean, it is kind of unfair, but at the same time, you could do some really cool trick shots with his tire. So, rest in peace, Junkrat's explodey flying tire.
Explodey rubber.
Yeah. Sadly, I still haven't played Junkertown yet because they only had that game type for like a week.
Wow, really?
Yeah, where it was just Junkertown map.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Since Destiny, I haven't really played much else.
Yeah.
Well, I do because I wanted to finish the story because I knew it really wasn't that long. So, and I'm like halfway done with Gears of War 4, so I feel like I need to finish that too. And I'm still in the midst of The Witcher. I know it's been out for 2 years, but it's a big damn game, and I get sidetracked very easily.
I've had The Witcher for probably close to a year now, maybe longer. I really need to start playing that because my friend got it for me for Christmas, and he's like, "Have you played The Witcher yet?" And I'm like, I started it. He goes, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Yeah, but other things came up, and recording with videos, and I haven't had a chance to get to it yet." So
Yeah.
So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So is there anything you have to finish playing, Randall, or are you just done with everything and just shooting people in the face?
I have to finish my alt characters. Other than that, the only thing I haven't beat was the raid. On Destiny 2, I haven't beat the raid yet. So every time we get into it, we start playing, and then a certain someone likes to drink some booze-a-hole. I'm not naming any names, and then doesn't like to listen to what we're trying to say. For the boss part, when you first get into you kill all the shit, and then he teleports you. From there, 3 people go back to the real world, 3 people stay in the fake world, and the 3 people in the fake world have to call out the symbols. God damn, now the food's done.
Is that a modem?
It's the UPS.
That's called the symbols so the people outside can shoot those scions. So I was trying to tell him that, and he's like sitting there, "I'm shooting these scions, nothing's happening." I'm like, "You have to call out your symbol." "No, I'm shooting the scions, nothing." I'm like, "Just listen, please. Call the symbols." And yeah, so that was like all of the times, but not. I mean, it wasn't his fault all the time, but that last time.
It wasn't always his fault, but that time it really was.
It was mostly his fault. Mostly.
Yeah. But
So yeah, I think
the factions are back now. They're currently doing
that.
They're
I signed
currently
up
doing
with
the faction wars.
I signed up with the Future War Cult.
You will make Dave happy.
I just like their weapon of choice the best.
I didn't really look at the pulse rifle because I'm not a big fan of. I was never really a big fan of them, but I'm still kind of maining a scout rifle.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of went with Dead Orbit because they have the scout rifle.
They do. Now, do they let you switch?
No. I mean, I don't know like what they're going to be doing past this because obviously I don't think they're going to kick them out of the tower, or if it's going to be like they'll go back to like kind of being like the vendors like they were, and then like every month or so they'll have like the faction rallies where they're going to put up this weapon versus this weapon versus this weapon, and go do whatever the hell we're doing now for it.
Huh.
So. May just have to see what happens after that.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I have to read more into it because I saw something else too today where they're gonna stop giving you stuff after 30 engrams or something.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't read the whole thing. Huh. Though interesting though, you can't because I met in the first one it didn't matter. You just grab anyone's cloak and then just switch around.
Yeah, when it first started, you just had to put on the class item for whichever faction you wanted, and then I think it was the Taken King. They made it to where you could only align yourself with one faction for at least the week before you were able to like kind of swap it out again.
Yeah. They also was running around Earth. Well, not Earth. The what do you call it? The courtyard.
Yeah.
There's some people doing some weird stuff. Like just NPCs who were standing there.
I thought you were talking about watching the people play like the floor is lava or trying to get the big traveler ball.
No, though I did get the little emote with the ramen bowl.
Oh, you got spicy ramen?
Yep.
Oh, I'm slightly jealous now. I got the 6-shooter emote, and both me and Chelsea were very proud of this. We both have salty.
Oh,
is that
nice.
the one where you dust the salt on whatever the thing is?
Yeah. Yeah, it's where you season things. Yeah. Although I do have to say, Dave did get a couple of really cool dance emotes, though.
No, he did.
Yeah. I forgot which ones they were called, but they're actually pretty badass, I must say.
Nice. All right, and then what's with the random balls everywhere?
Okay, so if you are at the courtyard, if you kick the colored balls into certain areas, like if you kick the purple one to, I think, let's say, a little spot right next to the Test Eververse, a green one will come, and then a blue one will drop, and then a yellow one will drop, and then once you knock all of those into the thing, a giant traveler ball starts floating down where all the others were spawning, and fireworks start going all over the place.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing. Now they're making, like, they're doing the whole thing of, like, fireworks for, like, a lot of the things you do in the courtyard. Because if you go to the soccer field in the hangar, if you score, I think it's 2 or 3 goals there, like when you're on the farm trying to hide from the Red Legion, when you score 3 goals, it shoots off flares, which Dave immediately pointed out, going, that is not the best idea to do. And I kind of agree. But if you do it in the tower, you see the fireworks going off also.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Yeah, and of course there's the floor is lava.
Yeah, Well, they definitely put a lot of neat little things.
Yeah, they put in some nice little extra like little tidbits in there to like kind of like keep people occupied when they're waiting for fire teams and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like this is more the game they wanted the first one to be like, but in general.
Yeah, that Destiny 1 was the true beta.
Yep. Well, I mean, the game did have a story before they decided to not have a story.
Yeah.
Fire people, and but
they don't have time to explain why they don't have time to explain now.
I'm telling you, man, they should just make those damn cards into like a graphic novel. People would buy it.
I wholeheartedly agreed with you with that last week.
Yep. Well, you know what though? I think we made a thing.
I think we did make a thing.
And some stuff.
And some stuff that came out of Randall's microwave.
Yeah, somehow the three of us pulled it off.
We did.
Chicken enchiladas.
Nice. Spicy?
And Overwatch still won't launch.
Kick it.
I'm going to.
Flip the breaker for your UPS like 4 or 5 times.
While it's on.
I know, right?
Well, thank you for joining me, gentlemen. Thank you, Randall, for being here and recording.
Hey, look, there's an update. No problem.
Hey, see, there it is. There it is. And James, thank you for being here despite your nostril problems.
Always.
Thank you. And was there any new Nerf stuff you have going on?
No, because unfortunately, where I've been saying for the last 3 weeks, my 100th video is going to be coming out. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to film that because right now I'm kind of like deadlocked into getting Team Dad jokes finished.
Nice. That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, my Nerf channel's getting nerfed right now.
See what you did there. And thank you, folks, for joining us once again. On a lot of these episodes. But remember to check out teamdba.com, where you can find links to this podcast, links to other places you can find this podcast, like Player FM, Stitcher, iTunes. Really don't use SoundCloud too much because that's like kind of got a little weird.
They suck.
Dying.
Yeah, that too. Also check out YouTube, where you get new videos all the time. Almost all the time. Almost every day. I've been a little behind on the podcasting videos. Me personally had some computer issues with rendering them, so a little behind on that, but you'll get like a triple play one day of the last couple episodes of those. Yep. Also, for my other podcast, fignutsdfs.com, if you're into fantasy football, or that does not include politics, or beer if you like any of those 3 things or a mixture of those things. Check us out. We are on Twitter with the same name, Facebook with the same name. You can find our podcast, Football Fig Nuts Podcast, on iTunes, Stitcher, and I think it's on Google Play now. I think we got it up there, and Player FM. That's about it, folks. Thank you once again for joining us. This has been Craig, otherwise known as Sin76. This has been the official Team D.B.A.H. podcast episode, number 211. Remember, folks, don't be a hero. Good night.